And welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of this exciting game between Prestonwood and TCA. Third quarter about to start. TCA will have the ball. Freeman will throw it in for TCA. He'll give it to John Shaw. I'll give you a scoring update in just a second. But as for now, TCA trying to come up with a basket. I'll give you a score real quick. Start of the second half. Coffin with the ball for TCA, looking around, working on Boothby for Prestonwood. Freeman, a guy that TCA needs to get hot. Oh, New. Can he get a bounce? No good. Oh, and it's rebounded by Prestonwood. Newhoff with a rare three. Almost got a bounce to go in. Eshik, a two-pointer at the base. Also rims out. Oh, that's good. Number 12, Tyler Uding. 2 points for him. The score now 26-18. TCA needing to get rebounds, no turnovers. Newhoff gives it to Glover. Glover to John Shaw. John to Kaufman. Kaufman working on Boothby. Good pass to John Shaw. John Shaw working on Stevens of Prestonwood. Glover back to John Shaw on the baseline. John Shaw working. John Shaw loses it. Out of bounds. It'll be Prestonwood ball. Prestonwood bring it in, gives it to Justin Webster. Justin Webster in the corner, gives it back to Stevens. Stevens to Eshik. Eshik all the way to Stevens again. Oh, no foul. Oh my goodness. That was a, wow, okay. Was a very blatant travel. No call, still Prestonwood ball. Webster with the ball, gives it to Stevens. Stevens inside, and it's a kick ball. Kicked off of Luke Glover's leg. Prestonwood ball, 26-18, 6.5 to play. TCA is right in this game, just needed a couple more shots to go in the first half. Webster with the ball, puts up a two. Fading away, and a foul is called. It was a late call, but still, nonetheless, a foul call. Basket was counted. A deep shot from Webster, actually. And he'll have a free throw at the line. Now 28-18 the score. Webster's free throw is good, giving his point total on the night to 10. Luke Glover checks out for TCA. Cody Henson now in the game. Henson gives it to John Shaw, and John Shaw will give it back to Henson. Henson walking around. Henson working on Eshik. Needs to get rid of it. Oh. Bad pass stolen by Webster. Webster puts up a layup. Tried to be too crafty and missed it. Rebounded by TCA. John Shaw with the ball. Working on Stevens. Gives it to Coffin. Guarded by Boothby. Coffin in the corner for two. Oh. To Brady Freeman. It was a three-pointer. Brady Freeman, man, they need to get hot for TCA. That's his 5th point of the game. 29-21 now. TCA crowd back in the game. Webster with the ball. Back to Boothby. Boothby to Stevens. Stevens working with John Shaw. Ooh, almost lost it. Back to Webster, guarded by Freeman. Freeman inside to Eshik. Eshik to Boothby, back to Stevens. Stevens puts up a three. High arcing shot. No good. He reached over the TCA defender and knocked it. Should have been an over the back. No foul call. Still Prestonwood ball. Bad call number 2 in this quarter. Three-pointer from Boothby, no good. Rebounded by John Shaw. 29-21, 5 minutes to play. John Shaw bringing it up. Gives it to Kaufman. Thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Gives it back to Newhoff. Newhoff with the ball. Newhoff to Freeman. Freeman for three. Freeman's three's no good. Rebounded by Prestonwood. Eshik with the rebound. Stevens with the ball. They'll give it to Webster. Webster inside to Eshik. Eshik on Henson. Puts up a layup. Hard. No good. Rebounded by Newhoff. Newhoff to Kaufman. Kaufman dribbles around. Needs to get rid of it. And does. Gives it to Freeman. Freeman to John Shaw. John Shaw inside to Newhoff. Newhoff with a foul. Shot was no good. He'll have 2 shots at the line. Hudson Newhoff will. Score 29-21. Prestwood lead. 4.5 to play. Newhoff's free throw. Good. 29-22 the score now. Miles Hunt checks in for Prestwood. Number 12, Tyler Uding checks out. Newhoff, second free throw coming. That one rolls in 2. Hudson Newhoff with 6 points on the night. 29-23 the score. Stevens bringing the ball up for Prestonwood. Gives it to Boothby. Stevens working in, trying to give it to Justin Webster. Can. Cross-court pass to Keller Boothby. Oh! Another bad call. It was off a Prestwood defender, and it's now Prestwood's ball again. Man, TCA getting robbed. Anyways, Webster with the ball. Tipped up by John Shaw. Rebounded by Eshik. Eshik puts up a 2. Eshik's shot no good, and a foul is called. Foul on Miles Hunt over the back of Brady Freeman. And Prestwood will call a timeout. Score now, 4 minutes to play. Prestwood 29, TCA 23. TCA giving good effort, trying to come back, getting back in the game. 30-second timeout, so we won't go anywhere. 4 minutes to play. Huge game in TAPS district play. Huge game between these two rivals. 29-23, third quarter. Give you a quick scoring update real fast. John Shaw for TCA now has 7 points. Hudson Newhoff has 6. Brady Freeman has 5. Brett Kaufman has 5. For Prestwood, Miles Hunt has 4. Uding has 2. Boothby has 3. Stevens has 2. Eshik has 7. And Webster now has 10. It is Prestwood with a late. Can't sub. Never mind. And TCA will retain the ball. Kaufman will bring it up for TCA. People on the floor for TCA. Henson, Freeman, Kaufman, Newhoff, and Shaw. Inside to Newhoff. Newhoff off his leg, loses it. And this time Justin Webster's layup is good. Justin Webster now with 12 points on the night. Freeman with the ball. 31-23 the score. TCA needs a bucket. Needs to answer back. Freeman working inside. Gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff on Hunt. Goes in. Puts up a layup. No foul called. Rebounded by Hunt for Prestonwood. Up to Boothby. Boothby working on Kaufman. Stevens traveled. Subs for Prestonwood. Number 14 Plumley and number 13 McKenzie now in. Eshik and Boothby for Prestwood. Check out. Freeman will bring it up for TCA. Score 31-23. Prestonwood lead. Newhoff with the ball. TCA looking to get open. Freeman does. Gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman guarded by Plumley. Kaufman with the screen. Newhoff to John Shaw. Gets a screen from Newhoff. John Shaw with a floater. No good. Rebounded by Webster. Prestwood ball. 2:48 to play. Webster to Plumley. Plumley spots up for a long 3. No good. Rebounded by Henson. Henson gives it to John Shaw. Plumley a TCA X, if you would call it. Kaufman with the ball now. Kaufman gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff takes it in. Oh. Almost went in. The foul layup almost went in. No good. Prestwood foul on number 13 McKenzie. Newhoff will have 2 shots at the line. Try and make it a 6-point game. Newhoff's first free throw. Good. Newhoff 3 for 3 so far. From the line, that is. 4th shot from Newhoff. Also good. 2 points for Hudson Newhoff. TCA takes a timeout. Score a 6-point game. Prestonwood 31, TCA 25. 2:23 to play, third quarter. It's a full timeout, it appears, for TCA. So we'll take a break, play some music, and we'll be right back. All right, after that timeout, it'll be Prestonwood ball after the free throws from Newhoff. Stevens will bring it up for Prestonwood. 31-26, 2:18 to play. Plumley inside to Hunt. Hunt, cross-court pass to Webster. Open three, long, no good. Rebounded by John Shaw. 2:10 to play. Pass to Freeman. Freeman thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Probably a smart decision at the moment. Gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff looking around. Has a cutting Henson. Doesn't give it to him. Newhoff hands it off to Kaufman. Kaufman working around to Freeman. Freeman back to Newhoff at the top of the key, guarded by Hunt. Lays it in the hands of Freeman. Kaufman spins a layup, no good. Rebounded by Prestonwood. Justin Webster with the ball. And that'll be a foul on John Shaw. Probably a smart foul. It was a take foul. 31-26, minute 40 to play. That foul is on John Shaw one more time. Plumley will throw it in for Prestonwood. Plumley gives it to Stevens. Stevens working. Looking around. Gives it to Webster. Webster dribbling through every one of TCA's players. Oh, and a late foul is called. Foul is on number 2. Hudson Newhoff. That was a very late foul. Don't understand. It was extremely late, like it was after the shot had gone up. Anyways, Webster will have 2 shots at the line. First free throw is good for Webster, making it a 7-point game now. Webster's second free throw. Out, no good. Rebounded by Henson. Henson run up the floor. Henson looking to give it. Gives it to Kaufman. 32-25. Newhoff trapped by Hunt. And that pass will be stolen by Prestonwood. Newhoff's pass stolen. Down to Plumley. Plumley drives inside. Cross-court pass to Webster. Open three. Out. No good. Rebounded by Newhoff. Jump ball. Prestonwood ball. Subs for TCA. Thornton in the game now for Kaufman. Webster checks out for Prestonwood. 11 Boothby in the game now. Stevens with the ball. Minute left to play. Third quarter. 32-25. Plumley to Stevens to Boothby. Swinging it around. Back to Stevens at the top. 49 to shoot. Boothby to Stevens. Stevens back to Boothby. Back to Stevens. Down to Plumley. Plumley puts up a three. Plumley's three, no good. Rebounded by Cody Henson. Good rebound. Gavin Thornton with the ball. He'll give it to Freeman. 30 seconds. Freeman looking around. Gives it to Henson. Henson to Newhoff. 22 to play. TCA I think will take it for the last shot. We'll see. Newhoff with the ball. Working on Hunt. 13 to play. 10 to shoot. John Shaw with the ball. 9 to shoot. 7. 6 to shoot. 5. John Shaw's floater. Short. No good. Rebounded by Boothby. 2 seconds. 1. Hail Mary. Oh, off the light. That'll do it. Third quarter. TCA 25. Prestonwood 32. Good game, Bruins. 7-point game. Fourth quarter. 8 minutes to play between these two teams. We'll be back in about a minute. Let the quarter reset. Luke Glover will check in for TCA when we come back. Thank you for listening. All right, we're back. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes to play. Prestonwood 32, TCA 25. Fourth quarter, all comes down to his last 8 minutes. Players on the floor for TCA, not number 25. Gavin Thornton, Cody Henson, Hudson Newhoff, Brett Kaufman, and Luke Glover. Henson gives it to Thornton. Thornton guarded by Stevens. Thornton needs to be careful with the ball. Thornton gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff with the ball, looking around. Gives it to Thornton. Thornton to Glover. Glover inside to Newhoff. Working on Eshik, trying to get some room. Can't. Get trapped. Outside finally to Henson. Henson on Webster. Henson, cross-court pass to Freeman. Good eyes out. And the foul is called. Foul is on number 11, Keller Boothby. 32-25, 7:35 to play. Thornton will throw it in for TCA. Trojans ball. Glover to Kaufman. Kaufman to Thornton. Gives it back to Kaufman. Kaufman working on Boothby. John Shaw checking back in for TCA at the next break. Gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman. TCA trying to put up a shot. Kaufman takes it in. Oh, and a foul is called. Finally a call for TCA. Foul again on Keller Boothby. Second foul in a matter of seconds. 7:11 play. 32-25. Subs for TCA now. John Shaw and Brady Freeman. Brett Kaufman will shoot 2 free throws at the line, trying to make it a 5-point game. First free throw. Right through. It's good. Jackson Plumley back in the game for Keller Boothby now. And once again, Freeman and John Shaw in the game. 6-point game now. Brett Kaufman trying to make it a 5-point game. Kaufman, second free throw. Good as well. Brett Kaufman with 7 on the night as well. 32-27, 7 minutes to play. Fourth quarter. Webster with the ball, working on Kaufman. John Shaw now also in the games. Kaufman and Webster. Webster to Plumley. Plumley drives inside. Finds McKenzie, and McKenzie puts up a layup. Glover looking around. Finally throws it in off the baseline to Kaufman. 34-27 now. Kaufman guarded by Plumley. Taking it as far as he can. Takes it out inside to Glover. Glover looking around. Freeman cuts. Can't give it to him. Glover to Kaufman. Kaufman taking it in. Gives it John Shaw outside to Newhoff. Newhoff for 3. Newhoff. Hudson Newhoff for 3. Adam with a 3. 4-point game. 34-30. 6:20 to play. Newhoff Oh, wide open Jackson Plumley for three in the corner. Long, no good. Rebounded by John Shaw. TCA settling down, trying to make something happen. Gives it to Glover. Trying to set it up. Gives it to Freeman. Freeman inside to Newhoff. Newhoff, floater. Good. Hudson Newhoff doing everything right now for TCA. 13 Newhoff. Electric from the three and getting from floaters to go. Score now 34-32. 5:45 to play. Fourth quarter. Boothby checks back in for Prestonwood. Prestonwood takes a timeout and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. 5:45 play. 34-32. TCA on a run. All right, we're back. 34-32, 5:45 to play, fourth quarter. Boothby checks back in for Prestonwood. Stevens with the ball. Gives it to Boothby. Stevens back with it. TCA getting into it. The crowd, that is. Stevens. Eschick in the game now for Prestonwood. Eschick to Webster. Webster cross. He gets the ball back immediately. Webster driving inside, puts up a layup, good, Justin Webster. Carrying Prestonwood at the moment. John Shaw. Don't try to do too much, just take the ball up. Gives it to Freeman. 4-point game, 36-32. Kaufman inside to Newhoff, and it's off Prestonwood. That was a dangerous call. Oh, a foul's called, excuse me. Eschick with the foul there. Score 36-32, 5 minutes to play. TCA ball down on the baseline. John Shaw throws it in. He's looking around, gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman gets a screen from Newhoff. Kaufman, free throw, two-pointer is good. Brett Kaufman, 9 points on the night, 36-34. 5 minutes to play, 4:50 to be exact. Boothby with the ball, 2-point game. Stevens looking around. Gives it to Eschick. Eschick to Boothby. Boothby to Webster. Webster back to Boothby. Boothby inside to Eschick. Eschick looking around. Puts up a forced two-pointer and it's good. First points of the second half for Eschick. 38-34. 4.5 to play now. Glover with the ball. Glover gives it to Hudson Newhoff. Newhoff to Glover. Glover to Kaufman. Kaufman back to Glover. To John Shaw in the corner. Guarded by Stevens. To Newhoff. Newhoff looking around. That was a cutting. Kaufman doesn't give it to him. Gives it to John Shaw. John Shaw loses it. Finally gets it. Puts a floater. Good. John Shaw. Floater. Good. Welcome back to the game, John Shaw. 4, 7, 9 points for him on the night. 2-point game once again. 3:50 to play. Boothby with the ball. Boothby to Eschick. Eschick spin move on Newhoff with the block. Oh my goodness. Webster wide open for three. Newhoff with a huge block. Right into the hands of Justin Webster, who is wide open. Knocks down a three. 41-36. 5-point game now. TCA doesn't need a three. Just need more points. Freeman knows this. Gives it to Newhoff. Guarded by Uding. Freeman, deep three. Freeman answers. Brady Freeman answers back for three. Now back to a 2-point game. 3 minutes left. That was almost from the red line as well. The volleyball court. Brady Freeman back in the game. Freeman with 8 points on the night. trying to make it back-to-back 10-plus games. Boothby with the ball, dribbles in, free throw line jumper. Boothby right back. 43-39. Trading blows back and forth. Newhoff guarded by Eshik. Newhoff working, needs to get rid of it. Oh, stolen by. Got trapped, couldn't go anywhere. 2:30 to play. Boothby with the ball, 43-39. Prestwood just going to waste time now. Glover couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere. Got trapped. Webster, 2 minutes to play. 4 points. 4-point game. Webster, working on John Shaw, gets past him and dribbles back out. Webster just killing the clock. And a timeout is taken. 43-39, 30-second timeout. Minute 47, about 30 seconds just got wasted off the clock there. Webster for Prestonwood just holding it. Hunt will check back in for Prestonwood. 43-39. After a series of back-to-back baskets for both teams. Score 43-39. Minute 47 to play. Second half. Fourth quarter. Coming down to the wire. 30-second timeout taken by Prestonwood. All right, timeout is up. Minute 47 to play. Floor for Prestonwood, Hunt, Stevens, Boothby, Webster, and Eshik. Players for TCA on the floor, Shaw, Newhoff, Kaufman, Glover, and Freeman. TCA once again doesn't need threes. They need to get a stop here though. Give it to Stevens. Stevens guarded by Newhoff. Stevens working around. Oh, and a foul's called. Foul's on Newhoff. Minute 42 to play. Henson in the game. Ball into play. Stevens with the ball. Bring it up. Gives it to Boothby. Boothby gives it to Webster. Prestwood just trying to eat clock. Webster taking it all the way in. Gives it to Hunt. Hunt has a shot. Oh, and that should be a backcourt violation. And it is. Bad pass from Prestwood, giving TCA an opportunity. Minute 23 to play, 43-39 the score. Subs in for TCA. Glover in the game for Henson. Henson did his job for his little short stint he was in there. Number 12, Uding, back in the game for Prestwood as well. Kaufman going to throw the ball in for TCA. TCA needs a basket here, almost imperative. Gives it to John Shaw. Gives it to Glover. Glover, Kaufman. Oh, Kaufman traveled. And subs for TCA. Glover comes in. Glover comes out. Henson in. Henson on Webster. And foul is called. Henson with the foul. Minute 15 to play. TCA needed a basket that last possession. Henson doing a good job. Freeman working on Webster. Foul's called. Foul's on Freeman. Minute 13. TCA now fouling, trying to get free throws for Prestwood, trying to get rebounds. And another foul is called. Foul is on Henson. The ball wasn't even thrown in. That was a terrible call by the ref. And subs for Prestwood. Hunt back out. Number 12 Uding back in. Minute 12 to play. Prestwood now shooting. It'll be Webster shooting free throws. Subs for Hinson. Or subs for TCA, excuse me. Hinson back out. Justin Webster 1 for 4, or excuse me, sorry, only missed one. He's 3 for 4 on the night. Webster, free throw. Good, knocks it in. (44-39) the score. Free throw from Webster, also good. Subs for TCA. 45-39. Justin Webster with 13 points this second half. John Shaw with the ball. TCA need to working fast. Minute 7 to play. Kaufman gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff working around, gives it to John Shaw. Almost loses it. John Shaw guarded by Stevens. Gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman puts up a 3. Kaufman long. Rebounded by Prestwood. And that could unfortunately be almost the deciding factor there for this game. Foul there. Foul was on. I believe it was on John Shaw. 53 seconds left. Eshik, 1-on-1 opportunity. Free throw. Oh, rattles home. Second free throw from Eshik. No good. Rebounded by TCA. Glover with the ball. They'll bring it up the floor. Trying to give it to John Shaw. Can't. Now they finally do. 45 to play. 46-39. 7-point game. So now gives it Freeman. Freeman, nice move. Step back. 3. Free. Oh. Rattles in and then out. Oh. It was an excellent shot. Went in and out. 34 seconds left. 46-39 the score now. Was down to 2 at one point. Stevens shooting free throws. Free throws good for Stevens. 47-39 the score now. Second free throw is good. Stevens, 4 points. John Shaw bring up the floor. Gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman, deep 3. Long, no good. And that'll be rebounded by Webster. And 25 seconds left. And more free throws coming for Prestonwood. Webster will be shooting free throws at the line. 25 seconds left. He'll have 2 free throws this time. Webster's free throw is good. Second free throw coming for Webster. 49-39 the score now. Webster's free throw is good again. Make that 15 and a half. Newhoff. Taking it in. Floater good for Newhoff. 50-39 score. 9-point game, 9-point game. Score 50-41, 18 seconds. TCA took a timeout. TCA just trying to talk it over, see what they can do. Not much left to do else but foul and hope that miss a free throw. But once again, they're in their Prestwood is in the double bonus now, so they'll be shooting 2 every time. All right, after the timeout, It'll be Prestwood ball. They'll throw it in. TCA trying to get a deflection, get a quick basket. Eshik throws it in for Prestwood. 18 seconds to play. Oh, and they finally do, and Webster bring up the floor. Webster dribbling around, and that should probably do it. Oh, stolen by John Shaw. So 7 seconds. Freeman puts it up. Oh, layup in and out. No good. That'll do it. Tough game for TCA. It was a good game, a good fight. Final score here in Prestwood. 50 for Prestwood, 41 for TCA. It was a excellent showing from both student sections, both teams, an excellent game. Full 4 quarters action play. TCA had it down to 2 at one point. Couldn't capitalize, couldn't finish after trading baskets between Prestwood. Justin Webster doing it all for Prestwood, really. 13 points, I believe, almost maybe 15 in that second half. Doing it for Prestwood. For TCA, second half they came alive, almost brought back to a tie game after a tough first half. Newhoff had 11 points second half. Freeman had 6, Kaufman had 4, and John Shaw had 2. Once again here, Prestwood, final score, Prestwood 50, TCA 41. Hard-fought game from both teams. Prestwood will move to 7-1 in district play, 20-11 for their full record. For TCA, they'll move to 10-11 and 4-4 on the season in district play. Once again, final score here at Prestwood. Prestwood 50, TCA 41. Thank you for listening. It was an exciting game. Appreciate you for listening. Hope you have a fantastic night. Once again, my name is David Ash. We have another 2 games coming up next week, Tuesday and Friday, so be sure to tune in. It should be 7:30 p.m. tip time, so please, if you can't make it out to the game, first priority, make it out to the game, of course. Second priority, if you can't, tune in here, listen here. It'll be right back on my Twitter. Just click the link at about 7:30 every night, and we'll have it for you. Once again, final score here at Prestwood. Prestwood 50, TCA 41. Thank you for listening.